In the quiet suburbs of Orem, Utah, where the mountains stood like silent guardians against the vast sky, lived a young man named Tyler Robinson. He was 22, with a lanky frame and eyes that often wandered to the horizon, as if searching for something just out of reach. The air there was crisp in the evenings, carrying the faint scent of pine from the nearby hills. Tyler's days unfolded slowly, like the turning of pages in an old book. He woke early, the soft hum of his alarm blending with the distant call of birds. His small apartment, shared with a roommate, was simple: a bed, a desk cluttered with tools from his electrical apprenticeship, and a computer screen that glowed late into the night. Tyler had always been the kind of person who blended into the background. As a child, he tinkered with wires and gadgets in his family's garage, dreaming of building things that could change the world. He spent one semester at Utah State University, studying pre-engineering, but the lectures felt too abstract, too far from the hands-on work he craved. So he switched to Dixie Technical College, where he learned to thread cables through walls and fix circuits that powered everyday lives. It was steady, reliable work, the kind that promised a future without fanfare. But lately, something had shifted inside him. He found himself scrolling through online forums and videos, drawn to heated debates about politics and society. He wasn't affiliated with any party, his voter registration sat inactive, but the discussion stirred a restlessness he couldn't name. The problem started small, like a flicker in a faulty light. Tyler felt disconnected, as if the world was moving too fast around him, leaving him behind. His friends talked about jobs, relationships, and weekend plans, but Tyler's thoughts drifted to bigger questions. Why did some voices dominate while others were silenced? He spent evenings on Discord, chatting with strangers about games and memes, but those conversations sometimes veered into deeper waters. One night, he typed a message to his roommate about needing to retrieve a rifle from a drop point. It was vague, impulsive, born from a mix of frustration and curiosity. He didn't plan anything then, it was just words on a screen, pixels in the dark. But the weight of them lingered, like a shadow growing longer as the sun set. As weeks turned to months, Tyler's unease deepened. He walked the streets of Orem, the pavement warm under his sneakers, listening to the murmur of traffic and the occasional laughter from passing families. He noticed how divided people seemed, arguments online spilling into real life. Charlie Kirk, the outspoken conservative activist, was coming to speak at Utah Valley University. Tyler had seen his videos, heard the fiery rhetoric that both inspired and angered so many. It wasn't hatred that drew Tyler, it was a confusing mix of envy and disillusionment. Why did some people command stages while others fixed the lights behind them? He began to imagine what it would feel like to disrupt that certainty, to make a statement that couldn't be ignored. The day of the event arrived with a gentle breeze rustling the leaves on campus. Tyler moved through the crowd like a ghost, his heart beating steadily but louder than usual. He climbed to a rooftop nearby, the gravel crunching softly under his feet. The rifle, a old Mauser bolt action wrapped in a dark towel, felt heavy in his hands. He had etched silly inscriptions on the casings earlier, memes from his online world, like, "Hey fascist. Catch," with arrows pointing every which way, "Oh Bella Ciao Bella Ciao Bella Ciao Ciao Ciao," from an old song that echoed in his mind, and even, "If you read this you are gay LMAO." It was absurd, a way to mask the gravity with humor. But now it all felt real. From up there, the stage looked small, the audience a sea of faces blurred by distance. Kirk's voice carried up, strong and confident. Tyler aimed, his breath slow and even. A single shot rang out, sharp against the afternoon calm. Chaos erupted below as he fled, jumping down and vanishing into the alleys, his mind a whirlwind of regret and adrenaline. The twist came quietly, not with drama, but with the pull of family ties. For 33 hours, Tyler wandered, the vast Utah landscape swallowing him whole. He drove southwest, miles stretching like endless thoughts. But isolation gnawed at him. He reached out to a relative, his voice trembling over the phone. Words tumbled out, a confession wrapped in confusion. "I did something," he said, the admission hanging in the air like mist. The relative, torn but resolute, contacted the authorities. By Thursday night, under a starry sky, Tyler was arrested without resistance, 250 miles from the scene. The FBI confirmed he acted alone, no grand conspiracy, just a young man lost in his own storm. In the days that followed, as Tyler sat in a holding cell, the weight of his actions settled like dust after a wind. He faced charges: aggravated murder, discharge of a weapon, obstruction of justice, words that echoed coldly in his ears. Investigators pieced together his life. No criminal past, a student in an apprenticeship, someone who had become more political but left no clear motive. The casings with their odd etchings puzzled everyone, a glimpse into a mind blending memes and desperation. Tyler thought about his family, the quiet garage where he once built dreams, and the online world that had pulled him under. In the end, there was no triumph, only a quiet reckoning. Tyler's story became a cautionary whisper in the wind-swept valleys of Utah, a reminder that disconnection can lead to dark paths, but connection, even in confession, offers a way back. The mountain stood unchanged, watching over a world that moved on, one slow step at a time. And in that stillness, healing began, not with fanfare, but with the simple act of facing what had been done.